Hi, my darlings. Hi, my love. Just trying to make sure y'all can hear me. Trying to make sure y'all can hear me. All right. Hi, my darlings. Hi, my loves. It's your girl, Queen Lisa, and I am here today with the reading for you all. Hope you guys are doing well. To all my new and returning subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab a seat. If you do like the content that's being shared, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time I do upload. And without further ado, we're going to jump into this energy. So I just seen the title and it's missing a few words. I'm going to go back and edit it. But don't let one wrong decision cause you a setback. Some of y'all a setback of a lifetime. You're gonna cause yourself to be stuck in a particular cycle for the next 7 to 10 years. Don't do it. You have a lot of bright ideas that you need to take action on right now. There is a lot of opportunities, changes coming just in time, and it's going to be very fast. So be bold in the steps that you take to move forward. Not brazen, not egotistical, not rushed, just bold. You feel what I'm saying? Learn how to transform the somebody trying to sick some shit on you. Learn how to transform this situation with your alchemy skills that you have sharpened throughout this whole process. Learn how to transmute negativity into positivity to work for you and the good. This wrong decision. Think before you act. That's where this alchemy is coming in. Somebody's coming in to bamboozle you. Somebody's coming in to try to trick you out your spot because you're moving up to the next level. And they want to partner with you, but it's on some toxic bullshit. Have you ever noticed that every time when you try to climb to the next level, there's always someone trying to come in with some fake ass, non-committal ass relationship to stop you? Let this be that one time you say no. Let this be that one time that say, I don't want to go into this new chapter in my life with no new ass relationship, or just it's not the time. It is not the time to be in a relationship, to start no new relationship, to rekindle no relationship. None of this. This is your time to shine. And God is really hoping that you see that this time, that with this come up, you're going to come up alone. Learn how to come up on your own. You don't need nobody in the midst of your come up. You don't need nobody to help you with your come up but the Lord, the one who presented you with the opportunity, the one who gave you the fresh start, to the one who brought you to the point. You feel what I'm saying? You don't need a physical individual to help you with it. The Most High is doing that. You feel what I'm saying? If you would like a reading, my information is listed in the description box below on how to book a reading. It's something that you're looking, that you are seeking, which is probably this partnership, but it's not the time for it right now. You know what I'm saying? You are on the fast track to success. You are welcoming in your soul tribe. And I'm not doing personal readings. I'm doing a collective reading. So again, if you would like a personal reading, please look in the description box below to book your personal reading. I do not do personal readings in the midst of my general readings. So again, you will be attracting in your soul tribe on this new start, you know what I'm saying, this newfound success. And invest your money wisely. Use your resources wisely. You feel what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a situation where you're spending your money faster than you can plan it out, to where you can make decisive decisions. You're just on a whim. I gotta pay this. I gotta pay. I gotta. Don't get overwhelmed with that. Keep that within your budget. You have a budget for a reason. You're paying things off in steps. So just because you have this big lump sum of money, don't necessarily that lump sum of money is meant to pay that off. You can use it to assist with the budget that you've already created on your payment plan to pay that debt off. But again, use your resources wisely. You feel what I'm saying? If you've been asking for money to start your business, start your business. You feel what I'm saying? Invest in that. Invest in that first or second stream of income. So therefore, when you have the money to come in and you actually have the overflow is then to be used to pay off debts. This is your new start. This is what you need to get yourself started to become self-sufficient. So that's what you're investing in, self-sufficiency, not let me pay all my debts and then figure out how I'm going to do what I've been asking God to give me the resources to do. You just wasted it. You feel what I'm saying? God gave you the resources to create that extra stream of income so you can have the overflow to pay the debts. Okay. And this is where this wisdom comes in, and this mind power is a mind over matter thing. You have to make sure that you have your ducks in a row, your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and you sticking to the plan. Don't let nobody else come in and try to confuse you and misuse you and abuse you. Tell you that you need to do this and that you need to do that. You see what I'm saying? This success is going to be a surprise the way it comes in, the way it unfolds into your life. You feel what I'm saying? Be ready for this change. And this is what you've manifested in, but don't let it too much so catch you by surprise. You see what I'm saying? Savings, create a savings for the future. This is where this your resources, use them wisely. Like I said, your overflow will create a savings account for you that you can have for a rainy day, that you can use to get caught up on your debts, your bills, or if there is an unforeseen financial situation that you need to take care of, you have the resources to do so instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul to get it done, and indebting yourself to other people. Because to me, that's the worst thing, to be indebted to someone else and knowing you don't see a way out not too soon. You feel what I'm saying? You tied to this person for a particular amount of time because you really didn't have it to borrow to begin with, and you don't know when you're gonna be able to pay it back. Don't tie yourself to someone like that. If you don't have it, you just don't have it. Don't do it. Don't overspend. Don't live beyond your means. Invest wisely. You have many choices. Look at all your options. Don't be so quick. Don't be so hasty to move into a situation as you haven't seen it all the way through, thought it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Seen a successful avenue on that endeavor. If you don't see a beginning, middle, and end, you don't see success at the beginning, middle, and or end. Not to say that you have to see that shit all the way through. And if by planning it out and brainstorming over this choice or option, you don't see a way through all that, someone's trying to convince you of a way through, but you can't, your math ain't math and your math ain't added up to the end result that they're trying to make you to believe, don't do that shit. Don't allow nobody to sell you a dream. Your fertility, don't sacrifice family for career. Yeah, with this level up, again, it's all about balance. Keep your balance. Don't overdo it. Because it's like you have the Midas touch. Everything you touch, turn it into gold. But don't let it consume you. You feel what I'm saying? Don't forget about the things that matter the most, which is your family. You need your career to take care of your family, but your family is what's most important. Keep up the great work. Yeah, this wealth is coming with this opportunity. And it's coming in fast. But somebody's trying to stop you. Somebody's trying to block you. You got a hater blocker in the midst. That's what is alchemy and wrong decision. They're trying to convince you of a particular outcome that you don't. If you don't see it, don't believe it. Period. If what you say, if what a person is saying, you can't make the same sense of it or come to the same conclusion as them with the way you apply it to you. Don't let nobody over talk you, overly convince you. Someone's overly convincing of something, that should be a big ass red flag. Like, why is you so thirsty to get me into this? Why are you so thirsty to convince me to do this? Why are you so thirsty for this and that and the third? Like, don't let nobody do you like that. Perfect fit. You're meant to be here. Yeah. And again, with this alchemy, they're trying to make you believe that where you are going, you're not meant to be. And they're trying to dumb it down. That's what that is. That's all, like, this shit don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make sense. And damn sure ain't making no motherfucking dollars. And that's what they're trying to stop you from doing, is making the money, because they want you to do something that's going to eventually throw you back into your south node. They don't want you to fully transition into your north node, because it will fully release you from them Fuck these people. Move in silence. Quit talking to these people. Don't let nobody know nothing about what you got going on besides the people who are directly involved in what you got going on. But this shit right here don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Cause these people want to eat off the fruits of your labor. Mm-hmm. These people want to eat off the fruits of your labor. That's why they're trying to convince you to do something else, because the benefit of you doing what they're trying to convince you to do is going to benefit them. And we ain't benefiting other people. We ain't trying to see how we can fit another person into our life, or how we can fit another person into our abundance and shit that God has in store for us. That's where you mess up at, trying to include people that don't need to be included. Yeah, exhausted, recharge and regroup. Yeah. See, with this alchemy, you need to realize your position, your worth, your value, and what it is that you came to do, and why this transition is happening in the way it is. Don't let nobody get in the way of that. Don't let nobody try to tell you no different than the conversations you've been having with the Most High. That's the one who knows what is really going on. Yes, if you would like a reading, the information is listed down below in the description. If you would like to book, that information is listed down below. Yeah, public face. It's okay to be yourself. Yeah, it's okay to be just who you are. That's why God put you in the position to be. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to find where you belong, and you've been put just where you belong, but it's unfamiliar territory. That's why you are having a hard time accepting or seeing yourself in that position, because you've never been in that position before. But you have to accept. You have to be open to receive what God is giving you and move on God's timing. Do the Lord's will. What don't make sense now will make sense in the future. It's all about getting the job done, doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Don't worry about why you're doing it. Don't worry about all that in between. That in between gray matter is what's going to have you stuck and stagnant. Just when the opportunities come, make the best decision possible with the opportunities that are being presented unto you, and that forward movement, that the fast change, like with this take bold steps. Keep being bold, keep progressing forward, keep moving. It's okay to be yourself. See, you guys have been shrinking back for so long and being afraid to be yourself, to the point where when that time comes for you to shine, you shrink back and you don't step fully into your power with that bold, encouraged energy, because you're just like, well, what if I outshine this? Well, so what? You were chosen to do so. Don't keep throwing away the opportunity because you're people pleasing. Because if, for lack of better words, however I choose to describe it, is exactly what you're doing. You're people pleasing to keep people around you comfortable about what God has in store for you. That's not their business, and that's not your business or your place to make a person comfortable with the blessings and favors that God has in store for you. Because that's for you. What is for you is for you. It don't matter how nobody else feel about it, process about it, process it, what they have to say about it. None of it. None of that shit matters. That's why it's very important to keep your focus steadfast on the Lord. Don't worry about none of this. Don't worry about none of this. That's confusion. Yeah. Transform. Don't be afraid of the unknown. See, that's what I'm saying. You are afraid of it because it's unknown, because you're doing things you never imagined yourself to be able to do. You're being placed in positions and rooms that you never seen yourself being placed in. So you kind of sort of are scared in the sense that, because you might think that you don't know how to act. You may think you don't know how to carry yourself in that position, but you do. You just have to think before you do. God put you there. God granted you access to those opportunities for a reason. Even if you just have to pray before you speak and say, God, place the correct words on my tongue. Do that. God, place the knowledge and wisdom in my mind to do the right thing. God, I know not what I'm doing. Order my steps. Call upon the Lord. Keep a praise on your tongue at all times. And that's the reason why. Because whenever you feel like you finna fall short, or you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing, who are you going to call on? Not Ghostbusters. You going to call on who? The Most High. And that's what people need to get comfortable and get used to, calling on the Most High in your time of need. That's the time of need that God is looking for us to call on Him more so for than just begging to be, bailed out of situations that we are in, critical situations where we're losing everything, house, home, job, life falling apart, all that. But what about calling upon the Lord to help you make justified decisions when it comes to this abundance and this prosperity that God and favor that God has had is having in your life, or putting you in a position to experience? Where's the praise at then? Where's the acknowledgement then? Where is the calling on God in the midst of that then? Don't get too full of yourself to where you think you know what you're doing and you don't. Keep God at the forefront of your mind. So when these times of nervousness come about, these times of uncertainty come about, you'll be open to receive the sign and the wisdom that God has given you to use your discernment to see that situation through so it can properly work for you. Yeah. Yeah, again, mind power. Lead with your mind. Exactly. There's a lot of fast changes that is going to cause a lot of mental anguish, mental distraughtness, because again, you're reprogramming your brain. So it's gonna hurt to think like this because you haven't been thinking like this before. It's not a habit. So when digging up road and place a new road and changing traffic patterns in your brain, it's a little discomfort. Just like it's discomforting to sit in traffic when the shit happening in real life. What you think gonna happen in your brain? Discomfort. Exactly. You have to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations and still use your mind, still think logically, not, what I'm saying, with that scared mindset. That's why you must call on the Lord when you find yourself sliding back into that mindset. Say, God, please see me through this. I know not what I am doing. Order my steps. You feel me? This idiotic person over here trying to have you gambling your shit away. Oh, just take it and run off on the plug. What? We're not running off on the plug this year. We're not running off on God no more. We're not doing that shit no more. Stop insulting God. Stop fucking spitting in the Lord's face by sitting up here asking for something, knowing you're not going to do the right thing with what you have asked God for, and then wondering why God was whipping your ass for the next 7 to 10 years. Because you're misusing and abusing your gifts. When you ask for these things and you don't do what you said you was going to do with the things that God gave you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I'm so sick of every year when you get your tax money, everyone's like, they go down the timeline. Everybody spending money on looking like trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the next 2-3 months, boom, you're back where you was at before you started this fugazi ass shit. And then you wonder why you're spending the rest of the year him and Han. Then the next year you do this shit over and over again. Break the habit. Stop doing it. Invest your money. You worked hard for that. So why would you take all those hard works and hours and days that you didn't want to go to work, but you made yourself go to work? Why would you waste your money like that? Why would you waste your return? Why would you waste your return like that? You should be saying, God, thank you for this. You say you don't want to work for nobody no more. Take that money and put yourself in the position so you won't. Keep your current budget. Pay your bills. But take majority of that to create that avenue to eliminate these bills that are causing this stress. Take that money and invest in something that you love doing every day. You wake up to put you in financial freedom, not put you further in financial debt, not put you further in the same situation you spend your whole year begging God to get you out of. Be more resourceful with the resources that you have, so you can create that overflow, so you can create that savings, and so you can create that generational wealth. It's a process. These people that you even copying to live like that, they is in debt. You better be glad you in debt just a couple thousand. Them people in debt millions. So at what cost? You feel what I'm saying? That's why they sitting there doing ungodly things to keep themselves afloat, because just talent alone or whatever it is that they're selling alone is not helping, is not creating that financial freedom that they portraying that they have. So again, when you start with the Most High, you end with the Most High. You always end up in first place. Everything that look good ain't good for you. It may look good on the person who you are admiring, but are you willing to put on the line what they put on the line to get that? Are you willing to do the things that they had done to get to that position? If the answer is no, leave it at just simple admiration. Use your common sense and do what is needed to get there justifiably, righteously, in a manner in which you can live with the decisions you made to get to that point. And that's what I say. Can you live with your choices and decisions after you make them? You spend so much time and energy trying to cover up your mistakes, trying to save face and faith for some of y'all, for the backsliding stupid shit you do to people please, or to getting a certain amount of clout behind your name that you can't even keep up. If you want the clout, build the clout, so it'll be steady and stable, so a person can have a reason to speak your name, and what they speaking on your name is to be true, and not just saying something just because you got cheerleaders that's backing up something that holds no substance, no value. And then you wonder why you still in the same trap, because the things you doing holds no value. It holds no substance. It's not getting you nowhere. That's why you ain't going nowhere, but in a circle. So you have to decide when you're ready to get off that hamster wheel and make a decision, make a choice to say, hey, I'm ready to start living and stop surviving. Because 9 times out of 10, majority of the choices that people are making are keeping them in survival mode. You holding your own self back because you're trying to live up to some standards that is basically meant to trap you in the cycle that you in. It's not meant to propel you forward. It's not meant for growth. It's not setting you up for independence. It's not setting you up for financial freedom. It's not setting you up to live. It's setting you up to stay surviving. So that's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you ready to live, or do you want to keep surviving? Yeah, limitation, fear, doubt, and limitation. Fear and doubt limit freedom of action. Let go of your worries. Exactly. Because this gambling shit is what's going to have your ass limited. Like this bird in this cage with the damn door wide open, but you can't fly out the door because you know what's outside that door going to tear your ass up. See, stop creating the fear that's keeping you in this damn cage by making these stupid ass choices and decisions. Step into your star power. You heard me. Step into the spotlight. You feel what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to jump out that pot of bullshit and jump into the pot of prosperity. I almost said jump into the pot. Yeah, the pot of prosperity. Jump out that pot of bullshit. You want to have a pot on the stove, then the pots that you need to have on your stove. Yeah, independence. Don't depend on others. You feel what I'm saying? Be loyal to those who are loyal unto you, but don't make that loyalty become codependency. You feel what I'm saying? Because the enemy will be loyal to you as well. So you will confuse an enemy with the as a friend because of the dependency that comes behind the loyalty. So don't do that. Yeah, love life, love and be loved. I think this here is the surprise. See, some of y'all, like I said, this ain't the time to be dating, because it ain't. Because God need to get you financially set free. You need to gain financial freedom, so you can actually say it with your chest that you bring something to the table. Because bringing your struggle to the table, that ain't shit. That's creating instability. That's just like kicking one of the legs, almost kicking one of the legs from clear up under the table, And you saying, well, I'm here to support, but how can you support? You ain't bringing support. You bringing instability. You bringing liability. Yeah. That's why you must go through this transformation first. Yeah. Home based. Yeah. See, some of y'all been working from home for a while, whether it's been working for another person or you're running your business out your home. Some of you guys are now with this investment getting ready to be opening up storefronts, warehouses, places where your home can be a home again and not home/workplace. Yeah. Yeah, sweet success. You get what you want. Yeah. At the end of the day, at the end of the day. So I understand that's why these people coming in here hating on you the way they're hating on you, because that's what you getting at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? And don't lose your vigilance. Keep your duality in the midst of this independence. Don't forget why you started. Don't let the hate from others dissipate what the fuck you got going on. Cause that shit don't matter at the end of the day. Because once you fall back down to their level, what they gonna do? Act like they don't even know you. Don't even fuck with you. Don't even answer the phone. Don't even call you. Nothing. But as soon as you up and it's stuck for you, then everybody on your phone trying to bring you down, calling all around town, asking all these questions. What's going on with so and so? What's this and that with so and so? What's going on? What's this? What's that? That's none of their business. And because they don't know your business, then they take it upon they self to make it their mission to try to tear you down. That's why you need to cut ties with these people. I don't care what's your relation, blood or water. It don't matter. Cut them off, because again, they are liabilities. They are detriments. They are leeches. Leave the past in the past. Yes, you have a new beginning coming into your life. So you must prepare for that. Hit the reset button. Cut these folks off. They are not for you. They wasn't here to be here for an extended period of time. They was here for a reason and a season. And you learned your lesson with these people, and their season has come to an end. So don't be scared to outgrow someone. Outgrow their ass and leave them right where they at. Leave them there. It's okay. Just like when you outgrow clothes, what do? Throw them away or donate them. You ain't gonna keep them because they ain't gonna do nothing but take up space. And you're not gonna be able to put anything new in the closet because you got all this old stuff taking up space that you can't even fit or wear no more. Yeah, closed doors. Start all over again. Again. Start all over again. Leave these people where they at. Yeah, spiritual work. You are a light healer. You have to understand what your purpose is and who you are. You've been so caught up with how these people feel about you and all this drama they keep trying to bring your way, how they try to bring you down, cut you down, stir up all kind of shit in your life. Don't worry about that no more. Let that go and let that shit flow for real. Yeah, endings. It's time to say goodbye. Like Chris Brown said, it's never a right time to say goodbye, but you still gotta say it. You still gotta say it. You gotta let it flow and let that shit go. If you want all these things to come in for you for your greater good, you got to let the shit go so you can make room for this new stuff coming into your life. You gotta have room to receive. Don't be no hoarder. Yeah, helping hand. No one can handle it all. So this comes in with the loyalty and these friends and these soul tribe that you coming in. Allow them to help you, but again, set healthy loving boundaries when it comes to the help that you allow in your life, so it don't supersede you, overpower you, or overwhelm you. You have nice smooth flow and control over things. When you don't, you know what I'm saying, let people get too personal with you. You don't got to be so personable with everybody. You feel what I'm saying? And I say everybody. I didn't say nobody. I just say everybody don't deserve that personal attachment, that personal access to you. Play your part within the ramifications or scope of these people. Let everybody know you have a part to play, you have a position, and that's where it's gonna be at. You can be happy, you can be cordial, you can be loving, caring, endearing within those realms, within that scope of support. And when people try to pressure you to take it outside of that and get too personal with that shit, Money matters. Invest your money wisely. That's like I said, invest wisely. Do not allow these people to come in and be like, oh, I can flip this for you. I got this money deal. I got this money deal. What happened to all the money deals that throughout the year? Now all of a sudden that people getting tax money back, or you getting money, or whatever. You got a new job, you got a raise, you got some type of financial increase. Now all of a sudden everybody has a way of telling you how to spend your money. Or I know how you can spend it to make it work for you. I know how you can create all these different forms of income. Do they got it for themselves? Are they creating it for themselves? Or do you see that playing out in their life? Okay, they said, why would you listen to anything a person like that has to say? I learned that at a young age. Do not allow a person to try to tell you about yourself, or tell you something about what you're doing if you don't see it doing it for themselves. If they had so much expertise and so much knowledge and so much experience in that area, you would see them. They would be in a position of admiration. It would be a position of you be able to look up to them, a position of them being able to mentor you, versus them just giving you unsolicited advice because they're trying to distract you. They know nothing. They know not what they speak of. They just trying to speak some shit to see if they just throwing shit out their mouth to see if it's gonna stick to you, to see if you're gonna fall for it. Yeah, winning. Don't spend everything at once. Exactly. They see it. This had to be a windfall. This had to be some quick money, something that you got quickly. Your luck is showed up and it's showing out and it looks good on you. Yeah, guardian angel. Trust your guardian angel. Again, with this loyalty and these people that's coming into your life to help you and assist you with this newfound abundance and wealth, your guardian angels is protecting you as well. You must trust in them and continue to call on them to play their part in your life to keep these people in line and in check for at times when you don't see what is going on. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, social status. Don't become arrogant. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it's gonna put you this fertility and this spotlight energy. It's going to propel you. You might be on TV, podcast, meeting with famous people. People want to interview. They interview you. Want to know your life. Want to do little documentaries and stuff. Don't get arrogant. Remember who you are and why God chose you for this position. Yeah, but see, plan for a joyful future. You see what I'm saying? Don't be as afraid of this transition. God put you in this position for a reason. Plan for the joyous times to come ahead, for these memories that you are going to create that's going to be talked about for generations to come. Plan for that. You don't got to be so serious and so hard up on yourself all the time. Plan for the good times as well. You play hard. You work hard, you play even harder. Yeah, vacation. You getting ready to have one. In the midst of it all, once you cut everybody off and you where you supposed to be with the people who you supposed to be with, now it's time to rest. God gonna make sure he put that them rest periods in there. Yeah. But with this love life, you have a lover coming in here. You might meet this person on vacation or something, but don't lose your mind. Don't get so caught up in love with this person. Enjoy your wealth. You feel what I'm saying? Before you try to combine with somebody else, enjoy your position first. You feel what I'm saying? And use your wisdom. Get acclimated to your new life before you rush and try to be with somebody because you scared to live this life, this new lifestyle on your own. Just live it in fear until you get comfortable with it. Yeah. But you are powerful. You're going to be put in a powerful position. You're going to be the boss of many things. And you need to focus on your needs. Focus on you. All the areas and all them times and all them years that you went lacking where everybody else was quote unquote packing. Yeah, God making up for that. So you got things to do. Yeah. So look into the future and prepare for those rainy days that you know are gonna come, mishaps and all that. Keep a safety net, keep your safety net strong. So when them times happen, it'll be as if they aren't even happening because they already be handled before they even get started. Yeah, be flexible. Just know everything ain't gonna run the way you want it to run, how you want it to run all the time. But be confident within yourself. But whoever this masculine is, he's lacking it. He's faking it. He's faking it. And this is the motherfucker who coming back in here for this good time, not a long time. Cause he don't have what you have. He's faking it. He tired of faking it. Yeah, some of you guys with this exhaustiveness, you need to go hit the gym. Find a better way to get your energy and shit back up. Keep yourself healthy and wealthy. Wellness is key, is one of the key components of success. Yeah, use your gift. Use your gifts to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves. Yeah. Time to set higher goals. Yeah, you need to shed this out with the old and with the new shit. Yeah, you need to let that shit go. Cause see, dating these type of men has you in that shit. That's where you only will reach a certain level and then drop back down. Reach a certain level and drop back down. Cause you kept attaching yourself to them type of people. Plan where you want to go and get there. You feel what I'm saying? There's wisdom. Plan where you want to go and get your ass there. And express your creativity. That's gonna be your fuel to your success. Your creativity. But this damn mother this one over here, leave that motherfucker right there. Leave that motherfucker right there. And I mean that. I'm trying to tell you. This is all about some money. Somebody's having financial troubles. They shit has been dried the fuck up. They ain't gonna be able to get where the fuck they going without attention to you. And detaching from you is what caused all this shit in the first place. That's why everybody is in such a tizzy on how they can reattach themselves and how they can reunite. All these reunited and it feels so good. No, to who? To who? To who? Who does it feel good to? Exactly. Not you, because this ain't something that you wanted. Because if it was, you would have initiated the reconciliation. These people are trying to initiate this with you, and you like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't even trust that. What do you want? And it's obvious as to what they want. But again, are you gonna feed into that shit? Because they want to know, are you still the same little weakling that they been getting over on, or did you really change and is it really over with? They just want to see and show them that it's really over with. You might have to be mean about it, whatever tactics you have to use to get these people to understand that it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't, and they can't live off you no more. They can't misuse and abuse you no more. That shit is through. That shit is over with. It's cooked and it's done. It's done. All right, let's see what the aunties got to say about this. Ooh, child. Yeah, shine, because your liberation looks good on you. Okay? I'm trying to tell you, you resisted all this shit that they threw your way. And now your desires are being met. These people is mad. They want to cause storms. And it's already naturally causing storms in their life because you are in a position to where they can't fuck with you no more. That's the real upheaval. That's why everybody's upset because you're the very thing they try to prevent you from going through or happening, which is your spiritual awakening. It's happening. It's happening right before their eyes, and they can't even touch you. They can't fuck with you. They mad, they pressed, they stressed, had falling out, all type of shit. Yeah, because you walking around here in your true authentic energy. You ain't trying to cover shit up. You ain't trying to hide it. You just being your true divine self. And your alchemy with transmuting all negativity that they're sending towards you is just really taking them out. It's taking them down and through there. And it's because you were able to transform into such a powerful alchemist because you forgave what these people did to you on a soul level. You not worried about that shit no more. You're not letting that shit cause you to have bad dreams. You ain't talking about that shit in your therapy sessions no more. It's just something that happened. You heal from it, you grow from it, you glowed up from it, and it's a part of the past. You feel what I'm saying? It holds no, you don't reverence that shit anymore. You don't use that as a crutch anymore. You have accepted it for what it is and what it was, and you let it go. That was what they didn't really prepare for you to be able to let it go the way you have and able to live after what they have done to you because for some of y'all, they've done some really bad things, some really treacherous things, unforgivable. Yeah, they ought to be ashamed of their motherfucking selves for the shit they done did. And they still walk around here with these fake ass masks plastered on their face like they ain't did nothing. And you out here overreacting again, overreacting, making shit up. They don't never remember what you talking about and all this and all that. Well, let them keep forgetting, let them keep not remembering. But you do, you suffered at the hands of these people. You was there. Won't nobody else that you was there, so nobody can't tell you. Yeah, and see, because they want to keep holding on to the lie, they being exposed. Because you're loving yourself fearlessly. You let that shit go. They still harboring and holding on to it. That's why it's whooping their ass and the way it's whooping their ass because they need to let it go and let it flow. It ain't that motherfucking deep. Yeah, it ain't that fucking deep, bro. Yeah, you cut them cords, them ether cords they tried to use to connect to you and your children. It caused all kind of disarray in your life. You cut that shit off. And your celestial alignment has happened. Yeah, and your intuition is strong. You heard me. And the things you're speaking out and speaking up on is crumbling. It's crumbling the covenant they build off the lies that they told on you. See, your divinity is bringing joy and divineness back to the bloodline. Yeah, good juju. Yeah, that's what you have. That's what you're surrounded by. And these people are enraged because of your truth. See, they thought they was gonna be able to turn you into a hoe, but you used the sacred energy that you had within you to be creative, to create these um these streams of incomes or whatever it is that you are creating in your life. Your ancestors are protecting you, they're backing you up. That's why you're so big and bold and powerful. And your level up is causing grief amongst these people because of the betrayal that they did and that they caused in your life is being exposed. Now miracles are happening and unfolding, and they just don't know how. And it's because you became grounded and you were able to manifest appropriately. And they wanted you out here self-sabotaging yourself because they purposely deprived you of the things and the knowledge that you needed to be able to successfully manifest in your life earlier. You feel what I'm saying? And so because you went through these dark night of the soul seasons with these people, you're able to harvest and now you're feeling safe. You're showing up as this wounded healer because you surrendered all that bullshit and now you're going through this radical rebirth and you're stepping into this cosmic power with your divine counterpart because he sees your worthiness and he loves your brazenness and he loves the pleasure between you all. And this is what's bringing out this, you know, giving and receiving energy, this reciprocity, this divine union. And this is everything that they were trying to stop, everything that they were trying to prevent, everything that they did not want to see happen for you. Just because they didn't like you, they didn't like the position that God chose for you, that God placed you in, because they did not choose you. They did not put you there. They put whoever they wanted to put in them false ass positions because for them, that's not who was the people who they tried to replace you with. Is the one, excuse me, is the ones that suffering the most right now, and they don't like it because again, they feel like They're upset at the fact that God did not choose them. God did not take their side. Because it's like, what side is God supposed to take? They're ultimately battling God because they want to go against what God said, what God had in store for you, and they trying to do their own will and make it the Lord's will. And it's like God saying, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. You might can tell whoever else, but you can't tell God what to do. That's what they finding out. You can't make God change his mind based on your opinions and your thoughts and your ways and shit. You can't, it don't work like that. God's not bending to no mortal's will. You feel me? Queen of Pentacles just tried to pop out of here because you been that girl. You was born that girl. You feel me? You was born with all this greatness within you that they've been trying to steal from you. This is what they don't want to admit. This is what they want to keep from you. This is what they want to keep trying to weaponize against you. Like try to say you too whimsical, you too free spirited, you're not grounded in this, and you're not grounded in the shit that they want you to be grounded in, but you're grounded. You grounded in the Lord. You grounded in the truth. Yeah, because you the empress. I cannot make this shit up. Yeah. And you chose a different path and they don't like that shit. Thank you for the gift, baby. Thank you so much. And that's why they're trying to steal your destiny or block you from it by sending in these ain't shit ass uh what you call alley cats to come in here and try to put love spells on you. But you block that shit. You like, bitch, I'm celibate. I'm celibate. I found a new way. There is a better way. This is not it. This is not the way. No, ma'am. Yeah, you got your mind steadfast on the will and the works of the Lord. You're not out here trying to people please, and you damn sure ain't trying to appease and please they motherfucking ass. That's what they don't like. That you ain't studying them. That you moved on to common waters and you left them right where they at. You ain't tried to attach yourself to nothing. You're not trying to attach yourself to them. You release them, and the way you did it was too easy. It came off as very disrespectful to these people. Like, how dare you walk away from us because you chose your higher self over these people. You chose what was most important to you over these people. Yeah, and now you're able to create freely, without restraint, without obstacles, without person. I mean, pers- I can't even talk. Purposeful setbacks. You don't have to worry about backbiting ass motherfuckers that's watching you and figuring out how to set you up and set you back because they don't want you to be successful because you're not who they chose or because they don't like you because of whatever. These people is finally realizing that their opinions and thoughts of you do not matter. You got options, baby. You been had options, but now your options are untainted and untouched by these foul ass people who keep trying to come in here with this stupid shit to hold you back. Hey Kelly, I see your messages, baby. Why are you retracting them? But we got the Ten of Pentacles here. That's what you're getting ready to embark upon. This is what you're getting ready to create, this generational wealth. Because judgment has been called on these people for the things that they have done. So you don't have to worry about keep watching these people. Oh no, baby, I see you. I might not respond directly, but I'm watching. I see you, baby. Um, they have to watch you now be successful, and they can't touch you. They can't mess with you. They can't bother you. That's what's really bothering them. That's why they coming back with breadcrumbs and like, well, might as well, might as well. We can't stop her. Might as well. If you can't beat them, join them. And it's like, baby, please. Like, they could never fuck with you even if they tried because they done too much for far too long. So the way things are is the way they set the shit up. But because it's playing, the end result isn't what they were expecting. The end result is what they didn't plan for. Now they want to come back and they want to work with you because they see your manifestations and things working in your favor. And it's like, no, baby, no, you didn't believe in me when I was in the midst of it all. So keep that same fucking energy, bro. You don't get to pick me up and put me down when you so please. That time is over with. You feel what I'm saying? The times in which they had to do that to you, which is really when you were like a child, when they, more so had control over your life than you had over your own. You had to deal with that shit by force, not by choice. Now that you have a choice to deal with these people or not, and you choose not to, they want to be mad. Like, how dare you? We came back to you to kiss up to you, and now you don't want it. Who do you think you are? Like, yeah, you're really pissing these people off because you don't want to accept their half-ass apologies and shit after you done survived all the detriment they sent your way and evil eye and all this black magic and shit. After you done survived it all. Hey, my darlings, hi, my loves, welcome, welcome, welcome. After you done made it through all they done put you through, now they mad because you don't, want them in your life permanently. It's like, you understand, they understand too. But the shit, why they trying to play like they don't understand. That's what's fucking everything up. It's like, please go on with your confusion. Go on somewhere with that shit. Go find somebody else who willing to play this psyched out airhead bullshit with you. Cause I ain't psyched out by you. I ain't no motherfucking airhead. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. And I don't want to do none of that shit no more. I ain't got nothing for you. Time to go. Out the door, you got to go. And people don't want to accept the fact that you choosing not to deal with it no more. You do have that choice. And because they felt like they was in control of that choice for so long, like I said, because these people raised you, so they forced you to deal with their bullshit. And now they can't force you no more. Now they want to play the victim. Get the fuck out of here. They mad because of the very people who they set up there and created them smear campaigns with about you are the very ones who are now rallying behind you. And you still keeping them motherfuckers at a distance because it's like it took for me to be successful and blow up for y'all to believe, for y'all to actually feel comfortable to step out in the truth and speak against these people. So I can't fuck with you neither. You feel me? They knew you were the legacy. They didn't want to welcome you in. They knew you were their justice. They didn't want to accept it. They knew you was the very one that got sent to destroy their empire that they built on these fucking devilish ass motives and concepts and shit. They knew you were sent to destroy all of that shit. That's why they try to destroy you. And now that everything done hit the fan, and everybody trying to fuck with you, but you ain't fucking with them the way they want you to. Now everybody want to be heartbroken. It was like, no, you gonna wear that shit same way you had to walk around with your heart heavy and your heart broken by being mistreated and pushed out and not accepted just because. Now they finna walk around with that same energy. Yeah. Now they want to fight. They want to argue. They want to cuss you out and talk about you. Cause you saying what you mean and you mean what you say. You saying that shit with your chest and they can't fuck with you. And it's like, so yeah, the star. Yep. They acting like this because you left their ass out in the cold. And you moved on to success and victory without them. Now here everybody coming back apologizing and shit. If we lay it on thick and we come in all at once, she ain't gonna have no choice but to accept. Cause it's so much pressure. They want to overwhelm you with the shit. And you moved around their ass like, bitch, justice came out twice. It is what it is. You need to have this conversation with the Lord. You need to be apologizing and begging for forgiveness from the Lord. Cause ain't none of that shit coming from me, baby. I ain't got nothing for you. And they mad. They want to hit you with this is we're family. No, we're not. We just related by blood, but that did not make us family. Now they don't like it when you say that. It was okay when they said that shit, but you better not say that. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, the world and the moon. Yeah, In the midst of you balancing out your life from all these setbacks from these people, and you starting this new cycle, you expose them, and that's really what the hoopla and all that shit is about. You exposing them. Every new door that's being opened in your life, every new opportunity that's being restored in it. I mean, that's being bestowed in your life. All things being restored and renewed in your life is what's causing this epic ass exposure and what's causing their detriment and what's disassembling everything they assembled off the back of you and your fucking energy. Yeah. And they trying to reconnect with the old, with the past and shit like that. That's why I said out with the old, in with the new. Don't let that shit phase you. It wasn't important back then, so don't let it be important now. Hold the same weight. Let it hold the same weight that it did back then when they were in control. Now that you're in control, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, pay attention. Yeah, Queen of Swords in reverse. See, this the person that's refusing to take this L. They don't want to take this L. That's really why everybody in your face. But again, just leave, just go, make your way up out that motherfucking forest that they created to try to keep you trapped in they motherfucking energy and shit. Get the fuck out of there, because if you stay, it's gonna be more lies, more manipulation, more mind games, more all of that. I'm sorry, I had to remove a couple idiots from the chat. You want to sit up here and talk that shit, and then the very ones that we sitting here talking about. If you notice, every time when we get to talking about this type of stuff, them type of people start jumping in the chat because they cross watching. They trying to see who's going to expose them, and I am. I'm gonna keep exposing their ass because again, stop doing it, or you should have never done it in the first place if you don't want it to be spoken on. When you jump in the chat and you watch my readings and stuff, and you open yourself up to receive what I'm saying, you also open up yourself for me to tap into your energy. So when your energy starts snitching on you, don't get mad and jump down in my comments and start leaving stupid shit talking about always witchcraft and this and the third. Well, what do you know about witchcraft? What do you know about what's being said? If it's so demonic, why are you entertaining demonic activity? Why is it even coming down your timeline on your YouTube? Why are you even watching this type of stuff if it's so demonic? That's why you got to be careful with these people who come in and start saying stupid stuff, honey. They just mad. Them the ones we talking about. Trying to come up in here and throw the Bible. Them the very ones we sitting here talking about. They go to church every Sunday. Them nasty, evil saints want to be saints in the church. They want to talk about people and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, them the ones that sitting up in here saying that shit. The ones that's trying to, that don't even like God, worshiping the devil behind the scenes, using God as a covering for their activity, is the ones who sitting down there in the comments making them stupid remarks and comments. But anyway, these people are, like I said, are the devil. They're trying to use these karmic ass masculines to come in here and distort you and backstab and betray you to keep you in constant mourning, to keep you constantly healing from karmic debt or from karmic relationships and shit like that. And that's why I said it's very important to remain absent abstinent right now, not having sex, not indulging in any type of relationships. No matter how lonely you get, you better talk to God. You better do something else, but you better not entertain another damn individual right now. This is not the time. This is a critical turning point in your life right now. Please, please abstain from sexual activity. Abstain from, dating right now. Get your gods first, bro. Get your gods. That's what you do. Get what God has in store for you first. And then in the midst of doing that, God will probably send you your divine counterpart in. Yeah, you got the Eight of Swords. I'm sorry, Eight of Wands coming in. Yeah, and like I said, with the Eight of Swords energy, your person is they trying to stress you out. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to throw you off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some communication coming in about some reciprocity here. Something's getting ready to be restored. You're finna get some equal give and take on the situation here. You're getting ready to celebrate. What is the victory of being free from these people for good, or what? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, your archangels are here to protect you. Yeah, and show you compassion. Get out there and get grounded in nature so that you can remember. Go hug a tree. They're trying to restore your memory. Your archangels and your ancestors. They're trying to restore your memory. Yeah. Because it's like these people are trying to project the storyline that you are betraying them as your family by cutting them off, but not speaking on why you cut them off. They're not speaking on what led to this activity. They're not speaking on them provoking you. They're not speaking on how they tainted your love and how they set you up when it came to love and had all these, false prophets, um, and fake ass relationships, people they done paid to come in to purposely ruin your damn life. They ain't talking about that. They ain't talking about all the burdens that that they did cause in your life, all the setbacks they caused in your life because they wanted to hate on your ass. How they purposely deprived your ass from the love and support and the village that you needed to help you because they wanted to see you suffer because they didn't like you. Yeah. And so because you chose to stop investing in them and investing in yourself because you seen how it worked out better for you by keeping your money to you and investing in you and doing what's best for you and yours. And when you seen that working out for yourself and you stood up for yourself and you said it with your chest, that's why they don't like you because you spoke up on what it was they were doing. You were calling them out and they don't like that you were calling them out. So they're gonna leave that part of the situation out and just act like all these miracles in your life is happening because of them, because they're pouring into you and you don't want to give them credit for what it is that you are experiencing, for what it is that you are actually going through. And it's like, baby, how are you going to sit up in here and disrespect God to that extent to where you're going to sit up in here and lie and try to take credit for what God has given when you steady sitting here trying to steal it? Yeah. You got the King of Cups, you got the Emperor, you got the Two of Cups. And the Two of Swords, exactly. This lingering Larry. I'm trying to be nice as I can about it today, because I don't want to talk ugly. But this lingering Larry here is the main one. The main one that tried to come in here and cloak himself as being the one when he was the main one stressing you out behind your money that you refused to give him. You ain't give this sucker nothing. Nathaniel, you heard me. And the mother sucker is mad because he couldn't get what the fuck he came for because he was told you was one way, but you was actually another. So, everything that has happened already is that you're going through right now has already happened. This is a repeated cycle. This is what I was talking about. If you make the wrong decision by taking this person back, inviting these people back into your life, saying, okay, I want to reconcile, you are going to go through this shit again. God's gonna stop all miracles, dry up your faith and favor and your abundance, and you gonna suffer these people again for however long God see fit, whether it's 7 to 10 years, but that is the time frame that I got. Do not, I repeat, do not allow these people back into your life. Cut this shit off. Cut it off. Who cares if they get mad? Who cares what they try to do behind your back? In the court of law, it has everything has to have valid proof. So if they ain't taking your ass to court, putting this shit on paperwork, legalizing this shit, and they went to pay for the lawyers and all this, that, and the third to see this shit through because you really did something, let it go. They could hold on to it for the rest of their life or hold on to it to take their ass out. It don't matter. None of this shit is relevant. None of this shit mattered. It never mattered from the beginning. It was all a setup. It was all for them to get what they wanted out of the situation. It wasn't for it wasn't for the betterment of you. It was for the detriment of you and the betterment of themselves. And they're mad because their plan is backfiring. They empire that they built off the back of you and other family members that suffered them like you. They're paying for all that. They are paying for all of it. So don't allow them to put that on you to make you feel like you are indebted to them because they suffering the consequences of their actions. Be gone with that shit. For real. But what you don't need to do is entertain that shit. Don't entertain that shit. Look, 4 cups. Do not entertain that shit. Let that shit go. That's not your business. You weren't the one playing around. You weren't the one out here fucking around. Yeah, see, they wanted to fuck up your love life, but instead you kept your mind steadfast on the Lord. You weren't out here sucking and fucking and trying to get in relationships and feel empty voids, feel loneliness and all this other shit. You was doing what was best for you. Point blank and period, the fuck dot, which was following the Lord, accomplish some goals, being serious about yourself, getting some shit done. So you won't have to repeat the same cycle over and over again. And they want to come and fuck your shit up that you worked so hard to create after all that they have done so far. They want to keep right on. They want to keep going on with the shit. Okay. Okay. Hi, my darlings. Hi, my loves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Miss Paula, for the gift, darling. Yes, Miss Daphne. That's the best thing to do is just do you, honey. You can't you can't follow people up with shit like this. Cause they want is your passionate new beginning. That's what it's all about. They want your restart in life. Cause they done fucked up what they done stole from you thus far. So they need something else new. So they see something new coming in, so they want to take that from me. Thank you, Miss Paula. I'm so grateful for you too, baby. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being a part of the Soul Tribe over here. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I'm so glad that what I'm saying here is resonating with you all. I appreciate you guys letting me know. I appreciate you guys' interaction, and I thank you. But yeah, don't no forget these damn people and leave them right where the fuck they at. They need to learn. They thought they wasn't gonna have their day in court. Every dog has their damn day. Every dog, yes, Miss Daphne. Thank you, baby. Welcome to the Soul Tribe. Yes, darling. Welcome. These dogs gonna have their motherfucker day because at the end of the day, you gonna remain in the position in which God has placed you. You gonna sit on that mother freaking throne and you gonna look at them hoes like, come again? Come again? Oh, okay. Because that's what I thought. These people gonna be real quiet because they ain't got the power or energy or nothing standing behind their ass because they all washed the fuck up. Now they gotta sit here and watch you enjoy your life with this 10 cup energy, and they want to take it from you. They want to hate on you because you got it without them and you living without them, and they can't have none of it. That's it. They just mad because they can't have none of it. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to reel it on back in and write this love letter to yourself. Apologize and letting yourself know how much you love and care for yourself, showing yourself grace and mercy, favor, and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Getting out of this self-hatred energy, getting into the energy of I love myself. No one else can tell me no different. Nobody can change how I feel or see myself but the Lord. You feel what I'm saying? Truly accepting and standing in your true authentic power. You feel me? Something these people cannot do. That's why they up in arms the way they are. They cannot do what you do. Yeah, they fighting. They fighting. Because they don't know what to do. They do not know what to do. They just mad because they can't have what you got. So now they fighting amongst themselves because they can't fight you. They can't do nothing to you. They can't bother with you. So they got to keep this amongst themselves. Because they the ones who did the shit when it was won a long time ago to stop. Mm-hmm. And see, this is how they wanted you in this broke, busted, and disgusted energy, being grateful and thankful for the bare minimum. And it's like, no, I'm not finna be grateful and thankful for the bare minimum when I deserve the whole goddamn on cake. And I should be the one slicing it out and handing it out to who I see fit or who I want to share my cake with. It's just like you having a birthday cake and you having a party and everybody get a piece of your cake but you. What the shit is that? Exactly. It don't make no sense. Yeah. See, they want peace in the midst of this damn chaos. They ain't finna get none of it. There is no peace for the damn wicked. None. They finna suffer all their days long for fucking with you, and they gonna have to watch you rise to the top. And that's period dot the end. They gonna have to sit there and watch you rise to the top. Yeah, you ain't taking no leap of faith coming back towards them. See, they think that they have you figured out and that they know what to do to bring you back, but they don't. They can't. It's through. Those old tactics don't work anymore. You're not attracted anymore to the things that they try to tempt you with. Your whole mindset has changed. You had a soul shifting awakening. Like I said earlier, with the reprogramming of your brain, that hurts. You feel what I'm saying? So you going through, sometimes some pain, some even agony of, the reprogramming of the highways and byways within your brain to unprogram you from thinking and moving and acting and accepting these things and behaviors and ways and tactics that these people use on you for so long. You're releasing everything that does not serve you for your greater good. And it's tearing these people apart. The whole coven, the whole den of thieves is falling apart. Yeah. And now you can be the best version of you uninterrupted. I heard unfiltered. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got to hold back and cave in when it comes to certain people, places, and things because they can't accept you just as you are. You got to water down, dim down, in order to, not be offensive around certain people. You don't have to do that no more because them people ain't going to be allowed around you no more. Yeah, them type of people ain't going to be allowed around you no more. And that's what they wanted to stop. They wanted to stop the protection of the Most High over you. They wanted God to stop protecting you. And they felt as though if they kept causing all this harm and sending all this black magic towards you, and God would see their distaste and their disdain for you and how much they just wanted to throw you away. And God would just be like, okay, well, if those around this person don't want them, well, I shouldn't want them either. Nope. They got a rude awakening. A rude awakening. God threw their ass away. Threw them away. As soon as you said, God, I'm through with this. I don't want to feel these people no more. I don't want to be hurt by these people anymore. I want to heal, grow, and glow from this. That's just what you did. God bossed you up right in front of them. And now, instead of saying it out loud, because again, they don't want them diabolical side eyes looking at them, they are saying this behind the scenes. They're cursing and smiting God's name and turning their back on God and denouncing God and all this, that, and the third because God didn't bend to their will. But it's over for them. A lot of them finna be going on to meet their makeup because they ain't going on to glory. I can tell you that right now. They is not going on to glory. They're not going on to the upper room. So, and I know I'm saying a lot of sad singing and low swinging, but ain't nobody gonna be sad. There's nobody left to be sad about shit because everybody who's involved in this shit gonna suffer the same fucking fate. Period. Yeah, and here comes your divine counterpart. Here comes your divine counterpart. When you said, God, I have done all I can do, and then this last little hoorah, hoopla that they had going on where they went up against God because God wouldn't stop protecting you, and he started wiping their ass out. That was the last step right there. Yeah. And the Lord did what? Acted. He acted on this shit right here. He sent the angel of death on down to make his motherfucking rounds and take them clowns on around town, down, up and through there, and drop them off at their last final destination. Yeah. Now they want some grace because they didn't gave an arm and a leg to try to fool you into being a fucking fool for them. And then now they're coming back again with the apologize and the disgraceful tactics that they're trying to use to get back in your good graces. And it's not working. Nobody told you to sacrifice yourself like that. Nobody told you to put yourself on the line like that to execute something like this. You should have did your research and you would have known that this shit was never going to work in your favor. But they chose not to because, again, they thought they were bigger than the program. And the master had to come down and show them, I am the I am, not you. So if you keep this shit up, you're going to be somewhere you don't want to be. Yeah, the autonomy of it all. You feel what I'm saying? You're rising to the occasion. You hear me? You are finally, glowing green. Your heart chakra is glowing green from all your hard work and you not allowing these people to tempt you with this stupid shit that they was doing. You called justice on the situation and you got yourself out of there. You feel what I'm saying? You worked hard and you got yourself back balanced, tempered, and within back within your scope of support. See, these people tried to have you out here doing things that was outside of your scope of support, things you shouldn't have been doing, distracting you from what you should have been doing, and that's over with. That's over and done with. That distracting behavior is through. Yeah, you got the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so again, your counterpart is watching you because he is real close, like almost to the point where you about to feel this person breathing down the back of your neck. He's watching you. I'm hearing that sound. He's watching me. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. This man watching you, honey. Yeah. He up there with the Lord. This man sought out the Lord in order to seek you. You heard me. You are so glamorous to this man. It's like you are the whole thing. Like you just it. You is it. You was this person's other half, and he ready to come and get his other half so he can move on in life. And this is stressing these people out. I mean, somebody, mammy, grandmammy, cousin, aunt, great aunt, there is an elder female in your family that is going pretty straight white haired over this divine union, over you finally getting a husband, over you finally getting a husband. Do you hear me? Yeah, they losing all kinds of sleep. This is reminding me of that 56 Night album by Future. This person ain't slept in 56 days. Like they done toured Europe for 56 days. Yes, honey. These people is toe up from the flow up over you, honey. Yes, but like I was just doing, singing. You are singing. You are lifting your voice. This person can hear you, your vibration through the spiritual realm. He's like, ooh, my wife is calling. Ooh, my wife is singing again. I can hear her. Look, I can hear clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see, but he can't physically see you yet. He can hear you because all of the clout and the confusion and the illusions have all dissipated. And I'm hearing some of y'all having ear troubles and ear problems with drainage and shit like that. It's because these people trying to block you up from the inside out. They're trying to block your hearing, block your throat, block your eyesight, stop up your sinuses and all that shit. They're just trying to have you all kinds of discombobulated, all out in the damn doctor and shit, thinking something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. It's these people. I love y'all too. Thank you guys for so much for joining me and spending time with me, honey. Yeah, see, this person, these people wanted you with a low down ass individual. They wanted you with a damn a nigga. Excuse my French. They wanted you not with the hard but with the A. They wanted you with a nigga. Yeah, my grandma always said, "Watch out for them." Yep, that's right. Block them, honey. Yeah, because see, they didn't want you to have no choices. See, they wanted you to choose a vice over choosing yourself in the Lord. They thought that you would fall into the way of the world instead of just being of it. And what you do? Walk away. Look, no. What Alicia Keys said, she said, run away, love. Yeah, that's what you did. Run away from that shit there. And you went towards tradition. And you realigned yourself with your ancestors, the good ones. Because they had the bad ones on your ass. And you went out here and realigned yourself with the good ones. And you got yourself attuned. You got yourself accustomed to, alchemized with, familiar with the traditions of your bloodline in order to restore all that was lost and destroyed. Because I'm telling you, your bloodline, your children, your children's children, and so forth is going to be the rebirth of the bloodline. See, the ancestors could not come through these toxic, tainted, I don't even want to call them ancestors, relatives. You feel what I'm saying? They couldn't be reborn through them because they weren't right. But you was the right one. That's why if you notice all their children, everybody that's being reborn, they got some kind of ailment. And whatever it is, they try to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it look like it's all right. And oh, they this and oh, they that. And shikadakadi, ga. And you know them children is all kind of throw. I mean, throw. Need to be on the bus with just 2 rows. That's it. You feel me? Some of them need to be on damn cab. But they don't want to get their children the type of help they need. They want them to suffer all their days on. So then when they become adults, then they start acting the way they act, and they go, oh, I wish I would have helped my child. Oh. No, you want to save face. You want to be so this, you want to be so that. Be something that you're not, that your children had to suffer at the expense of your ego. Because you didn't want to accept the fact that you wasn't who you said you were. And your blood was bad. You just like, oh, children gonna be children. They're gonna get you. That's not regular. That ain't normal. My children ain't doing that. My children ain't acting like that. My children got more sense than that. Hell, everybody's children is different. Everybody's children gonna act out how they act out, depending on who you laid with, because you gotta factor in that too. That the DNA coming from the daddy. And because mama's, DNA, it rules, but it don't overrule and override everything. So you got to remember who you lay with sometimes when you look at the actions of your children. They want to be like, oh, my husband sold this, my husband sold that, and the husband sitting there knocking the head through the washer and the dryer, through all the keyholes and windows and everything in the dang on house. And then they secretly calling certain family members to come over there and save them from the ashes they getting from their quote unquote loving husbands or loving wives and shit. Because in the family, it's either the husband is dominating or the wife dominating. There is no equality from this family or this bloodline. There's no equality. And there's no real men in the family. The family's being ran by the women. And the women in the family is whores. That's why the husband knocking the head through the washer and dryer. Because every time the husband get mad, the woman will run out the door. Or it's the other way around. The woman making money, she done married a yes man. The woman running out the door like she a man, slinging all around town. And then when somebody catch her, say, oh, that's my this, that's my that, that's just my friend. They want nothing like that. I know what I seen. And it ain't look nothing like no friendly behavior. Like you said, yeah, sure is 304s. Look like 304 behavior to me. That's what it's looking like to me. Yeah. So don't let these people get you caught up in what you got going on. Just look at the factuality and actuality of the bloodline that you're coming from and know that God chose the right one to rectify it all. Because in the midst of it all, you never went for none of that shit them damn people were doing. You never carried yourself like that. You might have had a different flavor of the week, but every flavor of the week you had, you won't land with them. They was paying for your time It was a transactional thing. Oh, you want to spend time, you're going to have to pay. You ain't got no money to play, then we can't spend no time. I can spend my own money on my own time by myself. I can do these things by myself on my own. But if you want to be a part of it, you going to pay for it. Or you can't afford it, then you can't afford me. And they didn't really believe that you was moving on that type of time. They thought that you was using your wand and your little pocket down there as payment. And now that they're realizing that you weren't doing that as payment, now they're really all struck and trying to figure out and realize, how did you make it in the midst of it all? How did you become this person in the midst of all that was done unto you? How did you develop these morals? How did you develop these values? How did you become such an awesome and amazing person? And they still ain't shitting at the bottom of the bucket. Cause you won't living like them. You just tolerated them. You survived them. You knew them better than they knew themselves. You knew the game they was running better than the game that better than them. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can't compete and compare yourself with these people because you know these people. You feel me? So therefore, you should not allow what they say or do to move you or make you feel some type of way at this point. It's all about releasing, letting go, and letting it flow, and you know what I'm saying, living your best life. Because this is not it. I'm telling you, this shit is not it. Yeah, you got vision. See, you know the importance of having duality between your light and dark. They try to make you feel like you got to choose. They're trying to make you feel like you got to choose what side you're going to be on. But God gave me both, so why do I have to choose? It would make more sense to balance it out than to choose it. But because you can't have one without the other, because if that was the case, we wouldn't have been given both of them at birth. That's where all the crickets and shit start crickling and crackling in the background and shit with them. But they're like, huh? That's too much work. I don't want to do that. I'd just rather choose. Okay, and that's why you live in constant malfunction and dysfunction. That's why you got all that dysfunction and then disconnection and shit going on over there. Because you're lazy. And they mad because you didn't take on that lazy shit. I'm sorry. I didn't sign up for that lazy shit. So don't get mad at me because I'm not partaking in some shit I didn't sign up for. Yeah, you chose to balance yourself out in the midst of this chaos. You use every stone that they tried to break your bone with and build a solid foundation out of it. And they man, get my stone back. I threw that at you when you was 5. Who told you to use that? That's mine. I threw that one. Hand it here. Nope. When you released it, it was mine. So therefore, I'm gonna use it how I see fit. Now you mad because I changed the energy on it, took your stank off of it, put some good juju on there, and now it's working for my greater good. Now you mad and now you want it back. No. Yeah. Now they living in the karma. They want grace and mercy for their attitude, but they really don't want grace and mercy. They just mad because they got caught, so they want you to make it look good. And you might be gone. Karma, there they go. They tried to move. Here they go. Here go their new address. Yeah. Because you got the keys. You got the key to success. You got the key to living life. They still using the keys of survival to open the doors of living. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, and they're not realizing you tolerated them for a mighty fucking long time. You tolerated this shit they was doing to you for a long time with this black magic and shit. And now that you ain't got to tolerate no more, now you're not living, you're not doing that no more, they mad. Right, they want to act like you're saving and they your savior, like they did it, like they saved you. Like the reason why you are the way you are is because of them. Oh, well, if I wouldn't have treated you like that, you wouldn't have had the common sense to think that the boy, girl, ma'am, shut your ass up before you piss me off. Yeah, they just mad because you was able to transmute their negativity into positivity and use it for your greater good. It's like you played the fool, and now that you done let their ass go, now they mad. And I'm like, you played long enough, you need to keep right on playing. No, ma'am. Play with your mammy. She love you. I don't. Yeah, but you let this broken family go. You got tired of seeing people being favored and chosen that didn't even need to be favored and or chosen. They needed help. And they got the wrong type of treatment. That's why the family messed up now. Enough of that. Enough of that. Choosing the runts and the winklings of the damn group to try to be a leader. And shit, how you gonna lead how a simple-minded person gonna try to lead a group of people who know more than the damn teacher? And the teacher ain't even willing to learn. Look, seduction, sex magic. See, I'm telling you. That's what this whole little King of Cups situation here, that's what that was all about. That's why this masculine was sent. This was the last hoorah. This was the last rabbit in the hat that they had. And that's why they threw that one at you, because they felt like you was the weakest for him, because you let that one took you down and through that. You learned a big hard lesson with this one here. But see, they didn't know that that was the end all be all as well. It was the first and the last of that shit. You weren't going to partake in that shit no more. And it take you one time to learn that lesson. And now they feel like, oh well, she gonna learn again. No, ma'am. They the ones that keep going back to that poison. They the ones that like to choose poison over natural juice. They'll rather go and eat some artificial fruit than grow their own fruit in the yard and go pick it out the tree or out the bush or whatever and eat it. You feel what I'm saying? They want that fake shit. That's them. They're mad because you transcended this energy that they tried to attach to you. This is a strong entity that normally would be the undertaker that would take the person out, but not you. No, man. You took that motherfucker out, sent that motherfucker back as an offering to anyone that wanted to come behind him and say, this is what's going to happen to you. You keep messing with this divine being. And these entities is like, no, we ain't gonna keep sacrificing our big dogs and our big people, our key star players to keep being sacrificed by this individual here. We through, yeah, we through, yeah. Cause see, you a good witch of the lights, and you showed them what you was working with, and the sorcery came to an end. They ain't even got no friends on the other side no more. They said, nah, bro, you taking out my big dogs, honey, out here with this shit here. No, no. Yeah, and now you've been freed from this shit, and now they mad. They mad because you have been freed from their sorcery, and the very entities that they sent to destroy you is now on your side. Yep, Queen of Cups. I cannot make this shit up. That's that false twin energy, and he thought you was gonna fall for that. You said, "No, nah, baby, I want my divine being. I don't want you." Yeah, the witch doctor, wisdom. See, you have been through so much, and you was learning so much at the same time. They never prepared for the day that you would stand up and say enough, or stand up and say, "Oh no, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. I she gotta. Girl, please. I'm so sick and tired of these people. I know something. I'm so sick and tired of people playing with other people and insulting people's intelligence, physically and spiritually, because they are lacking where another is packing, and they try to use their ignorance as substance to attack an intellectual being. What is that? That don't even make sense. It don't even sound right coming out my mouth. And it's like, oh, they refuse to see you as the star seed that you are, the crystal baby that you are. They don't want to refer to your children as the crystal babies that they are. You feel what I'm saying? And you said, Miss Diane, you had the line man try to come along and mow more than just the lawn, honey. Child, you better make sure that man ain't set up. Cause every time you turn around, when you see a lot of married men trying to come after you, that is witchcraft. I'll get ready to say that is a setup. Why you can't attract somebody single? God ain't gonna bring you no another woman's husband to coven. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. God ain't gonna do that. That ain't that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a setup, baby. You had it right. You had it right. But see, because you was loyal to the Most High and you listened to your ancestors and you did what was requested and required of you, that's why you are being shined in this particular light. That's why this favor is being bestowed upon you. And that's why you're the one who is being rectified and renewed and restored. And these people are meeting their detriment. Ooh, not another dummy in the dang on tarot reading that don't like to watch tarot readings, but you in it, you even gonna get you out of here. Uh-huh. Yep. Because you got something that they don't have and they want it. And so they're gonna send other people to siphon your energy for them and bring it back to them. That's their way of indirectly siphoning energy. So just know, if they can't get it directly, they're gonna do it indirectly. And there's gonna be a lot of situations that will occur and happen and say, this is not of God. This is not of God. If that's what you are saying when these situations are presenting themselves unto you, know it's witchcraft and don't partake in that shit. Yeah. Because see, your family and whoever else is resonating with this, they wanted you stuck with a daggone karmic being, a karmic masculine, someone who can portray and fake to be, but ain't it. They not what they claim to be. Yeah. See, they wanted you out here drinking the Kool-Aid and shit, not paying attention, believing the shit that's being said, and you like, baby, I'm cool on that shit. I just want peace out of all this. I just want my peace. I don't want to partake in none of this shit. And God is giving you peace and union, divine union. You hear me? Yeah, but see, it's because you took accountability for what was going on in the part that you played. Because some of y'all stayed and played around too long because you didn't want that's right. Not just sending the crackheads. Yeah, that's how it be. The whole neighborhood. The whole neighborhood be knowing and watching and seeing the shit going down. Everybody know but you. That's when you gotta move. Yeah. When you took accountability for that and you seen what was going on, God wanted you to move. He wanted you to, he sent the animals then. That's what God was doing. He was sending the animals then. God wanted you to wake up and realize and see what was going on, see what was attacking you. See, God put you in certain situations, see if you're gonna recognize the attacks and see if you're gonna use the keys that he gave you to move in accordance to get yourself out of these situations instead of always calling on him or your ancestors to do it. Because when you go through these lessons and you learn these lessons and you go through these things, you should be equipped to help yourself out the next time, unless it's to a another degree that you may need spiritual assistance with. But when you took accountability and seeing that, hey, when you recognize the spell and you call it out, it's automatically sent back and it's automatically destroyed. You know that, right? Once you recognize witchcraft and spell work, and when you call that shit out, it's through. It's done. It no longer has any effect over you, and it goes back right to where the fuck it came from. Yeah, the truth. The truth shall set you free. That's what that shit means. Calling out spell work, calling out the work of others. Yep, they sure have. Trying to see if you learn or know how to use your spiritual gifts to assist you. Mm-hmm. But again, it's your essence that they want to kill, steal, and destroy. Your essence. Yep. But see, your vision is what allowed you to call this out in the first place and what's seeing you through all the way to the end to get you to your self-sufficientness, your independentness, and get your streams of abundance flowing in your life before this divine union came into part. But as you went down this solo journey path, these are the things that God is exposing unto you. So when you reach the finish line, don't be surprised who will be there waiting to see if you're going to take their hand and pull them across that finish line with you, because they can't cross it without you. So all them hands that's reaching out for you to touch back in agreement to allow them to enter in, to cross over that finish line with you, don't slap not a nair one of them. You just keep walking like you was there by yourself, like you've been the whole time. It's just you and the Most High. Keep it pushing. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. You gotta learn how to say thank you, God, for seeing me through and bringing me through situations. When you call out the magic that's being done, and then you work on healing and growing up, maturing in the spiritual realm, honing in on what spiritual gifts were, being tuned up with the lesson that you just learned, and learn how to apply those gifts and those skills when the situation appears the next time. Paul Anthony, I don't know who April is, but April, if you're in the chat, Paul Anthony said, hey, yeah, they'll do stuff like that, try to steal your identity, all kind of stupid stuff like that. But again, this walk that you on currently right now, this ascension process that you're going through right now, is to be done in solitude, alone. Yeah, confirmation, intergalactic mastery. Exactly. You are being worked on by your ancestors and your intergalactical team. I'm sorry, Paul Anthony, if you are talking to me, my name is not April. Yeah, while all these people down here who did all this stuff unto you are having an ego death. And so are you. And with this ego death that you're having with these people, you're the only one that's coming out with clarity and balance and duality. That's why you got your wings and you was able to take off and move on from these people. That's why they stuck. Because your light alone can feed a whole community, and they were feeding off of you. But you changed that. I'm not gonna keep feeding y'all. I'm not gonna keep letting y'all live off of me and all that. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know, baby. You in the wrong chat if you looking for me for that, because I don't do none of that. This is my own. Well, this ain't my only channel. I got multiple channels, but every profile is me. Is me. So whoever you looking for, hopefully you find them. Right. It ain't gonna be nobody because if they send familiar people to you, you'll be able to spot it and call it out quickly. They want the people who they send to you to be able to accomplish the assignment, complete the assignment before you recognize who they are or who sent them. So that's why it's always going to be people that you don't know for the most part, especially when you have separated yourself directly from the family, cut them off with no contact. They're going to send unfamiliar people to continue the attacks on you, so that they will feel like it would take you longer to put the pieces together to realize who is sending these people towards you. Yeah, but see, your resurrection got everybody scared, even the hitmans. Got the hitman scared. They don't even want to come in and do no more work. They don't even want to come in and try to take you out no more, because again, your passion to become greater is very so much triggering to these people, and your sexuality is healing as well. So if you happen to, again, like I said, have intercourse at this time with these people, you're going to be giving away your healing energy. You need all of your energy for yourself right now because of what you're going through. You need all of your energy for yourself. So within respect to that, oh, she won't let you go, baby. You need to do a protection ritual. You need to go and get you a black candle, and put her name on that bitch, dress that mug up, and burn that bitch down. Or you need to do a cord ritual, a cord cut ritual. Do a cord cutting ritual to release yourself from shouting. Cause they'll do that shit. Karmics will purposely tie themselves to a certain caliber of people, certain caliber of men, just to steal your emotions, swap destinies. That's why you got to be careful and make sure you ain't laying with the enemy. Because there's a lot of females out here that want to be in competition with their man. They claim that it's just only men want to be in competition with women. No, it's a lot of women out here that are in competition with men because they can't get the motion that the man got, because they ain't got the skills to pay the bills like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, Diane, it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole to go down, and how deep things can get with these people, and they will do anything. Believe me, they will do anything, honey. But as long as you keep yourself protected, those things you should not worry about. Yeah, but being intuitive and having the knowledge and not using the knowledge is worse than not having the knowledge. So the knowledge that you do have, use it for your greater good and protect yourself and cut these people off. Quit leaving cracks and crevices, windows open and cracked and doors open and cracked to where, oh Lord, my phone finna die. Hold on, y'all. To where, hold on, y'all. Oh Lord, my phone on 14%, y'all. I mean 4%. I'm gonna have to come back in a little bit. My dollars, my loves. I'm so sorry to cut this abruptly, but I got to plug my phone up. And if I unplug this microphone, y'all ain't gonna be able to hear the end of the reading. So, my dollars, my loves. Until next time, peace.